Close your eyes. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your sensations. Taking all the little adjustments you need to do to find a place of resting, a place of absence of outer movement. Bring all these movements into them. Take your vision, turn it towards yourself. Bring your awareness, your attention towards yourself. Like you're gathering all these ripe fruits on a tree. Bring it all back home into your little basket. Or what you've been planting, gathering, taking care of. Bring it back home. The only place we are having is here and now, home, wherever you are, maybe in a place you call home, maybe in a place just landed because of the circumstances. Bring your awareness, bring it towards yourself. Being aware of your energy. Being aware of your sensations. Being aware of your breath. Of the way you listen to sound. Of your style. The colors and shapes. The way you are clothing yourself. Being aware of your breath. Of your smell. Of your taste. And how you sense yourself in space. Coming home, being home, staying home. We listen to this since more than a year. And taking it as a threat, as a restriction. So let yourself be home. Be yourself, fully present. While your breath is natural, this effortless breath. To be home, to stay home, nothing needed. No effort. To leave home, effort is needed. So bring all your awareness home. While you start lengthening and deepening your breath, feel how your belly is moving, how your chest is moving. And bring a bit of an effort into your pranayama. Let your breath growing fuller, growing stronger. With your exhaling, you're sucking your belly in towards your spine and gently lift it up internally towards your heart, connecting with this deep, long muscle of your breath. Exhaling, call the psoas muscle, the muscle of your soul, connecting from your sacrum along your spine up towards your diaphragm, behind your diaphragm, connected to your spine. So with your deep, deep inhaling, letting your belly growing, your chest growing, the side of your ribs, softness in your face, and with your exhaling from your belly button 2-3 centimeters below, sucking this place in, letting your spine even grow longer. And if you like, we can join in with some counting. So you're inhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5, holding. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there for a moment. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly button coming in, upward. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 5, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the concentration on your pranayama, exercising this breath, expanding life force, helping your body, being aware of breath. So you're learning new ways of breathing, emphasizing breath in your daily life. Body will remember. Arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Is your exhaling, right hand meeting the floor, bending your elbow, reach with your left arm over your head. Soft in your elbow, deep in your breath. When you start moving, do you start leaving yourself? Can you stay home while you start with your movements? Inhaling, coming back in your neutral soft touch of your hand. Exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes for a moment. Find an intention for today's practice. Maybe there's something popping up very spontaneously. A wish, a desire. Maybe there is something you're longing for already for a long time in your life. Set an intention for this practice today with your inhaling, reaching with your fingers over your head. Exhaling, left hand, spreading fingers, bending elbow, reach with your arm, making sure you do not collapse in your neck, your top of your head reaching in connection with your fingers. Every inhaling, giving you space. Every exhaling, softening a tiny bit more in. Maybe your elbow comes onto the floor. Taking 2 more breaths. Inhaling gently, coming back into your neutral, soft touch of your hands. Bring your prayer in front of your chest, lifting your elbows and pressing your hands into each other and giving a bit more strength, pressing them together, feeling the space between your shoulder blades, pressing your hands, depths in your breath, pressing your hands. Inhaling, reach with your arms over your head. Exhaling, release your arms like wings towards your side. Sweep, inhaling. And one more time, sweep, inhaling and follow with your gaze in line with your fingers. Exhaling, opening chin towards your sternum. Inhaling one more time, lifting your gaze. Exhaling, chin towards your sternum. And your last time, inhaling, lifting your gaze, staying here, gaze in line with your fingers, interlacing your fingers, point with your index finger, and bring your head back into your neutral position, rooting down from your left seat and lengthening your left side while you're reaching with your fingers towards your right. Inhaling back in your neutral, rooting down from your right seat, right knee, and you reach with your fingers long towards your left side. So you do not want to folding, you're reaching long. Inhaling back in your neutral. Inhaling back in your neutral. Rooting down from your seat, really rooting down. Inhaling back in your neutral. Inhaling neutral. Inhaling neutral. Exhaling. One more time each side. Inhaling back in your neutral, opening your fingers, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Releasing your hands, help with your hands, close your knees, plant your feet onto the floor, and you're pushing all away what you've been sitting on, letting your knees floating to one side, to the other side. Release, tension. Bring your knees into your center, lengthening one leg and find the distance with your foot. So the same height with, bring your foot on the same height as your knee is, and then you're bending both of your knees. Planting your feet together with your right arm, holding both of your knees, rooting down from your feet, from your seat, lengthening. Your left arm turning towards your left side, gentle twisting from your whole spine. Breathe, gaze over your shoulder. Rolling back your left shoulder, belly button turning towards your side, rooting down from your feet. Inhaling back in your neutral left arm, hugging both of your knees, lifting your right arm. Exhaling from your belly button, you want to turning around, rolling back your shoulders. So if your chest is opening, pressing your feet into the floor, your sit bones into the floor. Depths in your breath. Can you stay home while you start moving? Your awareness still turning towards yourself. Are there critical thoughts being egoistic, selfish? Egoistic is something completely different than staying with your awareness towards yourself. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral. Let your knees opening gently towards your side. Find your seat and lifting your feet. Your arms coming inside under your calf muscles. Index finger and thumb wanna meet. Planting your toes meeting. Rolling back your shoulders. Closing your eyes in your lotus flower. Balancing on your seat, opening your chest, letting your belly button shine. Inhaling, releasing your hands, closing your knees, hugging your knees towards your chest, and maybe you can grabbing your toes, gazing towards the ceiling from your heart. Maybe you bring your feet in line with your knees, or people with a bit more flexibility, you can reaching with your legs towards the ceiling. When this is difficult, you stay like this, or you're hugging your thighs towards your belly and you're working yourself, making sure you do not collapse in your lower back, rolling back your shoulders. Find your balance. Breathe. Breathe. Inhaling, bending your knees towards your chest, plant your feet onto the floor. Let your knees floating towards your right side. Come on the edge of your seat. A nice long spine turning into your back. Your hands planting onto your mat, lengthening your spine. Rooting down from your knees, from your feet. Maybe you have a bit more space coming down onto your elbows. Spine nice and long. Breathe. You can stay here. People with a bit more flexibility, you needle your left arm under your right. Bring your left shoulder towards the floor and your gaze towards your right side. Breath. Using gravity. Breath. You want to twisting. The other arm, you want to twisting. As I said, the other arm, you want to twisting. Breathe. With gravity, with your breath, your muscles opening, your ligaments, your tendons. Can you trust gravity? Can you trust life, the way it opens up, the way it unfolds? The closer you stay home, the less threatening it will become. Breathe. With your next inhaling, gently coming back onto your elbows, onto your hands, and you're walking yourself back in your neutral, your knees pointing towards the ceiling, long spine, knees floating, left side, left hip, knees staying on your side, walking your hands into your back. And here you want to lengthening your spine while you're rooting down from your left seat. Stay on your hands, no problem at all. Or you're coming onto your elbows. Bring your chest between your elbows.
Breathe. Maybe there is more space. Your right arm needles under your left shoulder, and you bring your shoulder towards the floor. Your chest, your rib cage. Always available, closing your eyes to sense yourself, to feel yourself. Good morning, Celine. Good morning, Charlotte. Join a tiny bit later. Breath. Gravity pulling you down. And gently and slowly pressing back your hands into the floor. First, come onto your elbows, then onto your hands, walking yourself back into your neutral, balancing one more time on your seat, hugging your knees towards your chest, rolling back your shoulders. Grabbing your toes, your feet in line with your knees, what we've done before, rolling back your shoulders, lengthening. Breathe, feeling more balanced, more twisted. Breathe with your heart. Breathe. Opening your legs towards your side, flexing your feet. Please remember, you can always grabbing your legs under your thighs. Inhaling, coming back with your legs into your neutral, bending your knees towards your chest, rounding your spine, making yourself very nice and small. Plant your feet onto the floor and swing your knees under you. Find your tabletop. Hands under your shoulders, knees, hip widths apart with some of movement. Let yourself settling in your tabletop. So bringing your shoulders towards your ears, rounding your spine, lifting yourself up, and you're rounding, gazing forward between your arms, pushing your seat, lifting your hands, pressing your wrists into the floor, and releasing your hands, lifting your palms of your hands, pressing your fingertips into the floor, rolling back your shoulders. Curling your toes, lifting your seat only 2-3 centimeters while you're pressing your fingertips into the floor. Strengthening. Exhaling, releasing your knees, releasing your fingers, flowing your child pose, interlacing your fingers, walking your elbows further away, and you bring your fist behind your head on your back of your skull, right? You're rooting down from your elbows. Nice stretch in your shoulders. Releasing your hands, tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down, your knees staying together. Plant your hands behind under your shoulders, lifting your seat, lifting your gaze, rolling back your shoulders. So you stay here. Do you fall into your lower back? Bring your belly, bring it in. Activating your Mula Bandha from your knees, one nice long line, staying here, or you're rooting down from your knees, lifting your seat. And now you find the sweet little back bending, opening your chest. Stretching out your thighs. We are holding a lot of tension in thighs. Exhaling, release, coming back onto your seat, reaching forward from your heart, hands under your shoulders, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog, paddling your feet, spreading your fingers wide, find some movement to warming up the side and your hamstrings, rooting down from your left hand, and bring your right hand on the back of your sacrum, palm of your hand face towards the ceiling. Breathe, rooting down from your right leg, your left hand, and maybe you can play and lifting your left leg a tiny bit away from the floor, and maybe you can play and you're lifting your left leg towards the wall behind you, or you reach towards the ceiling. Exhaling, releasing, plant your foot back onto the floor, plant your hand back onto the floor, downward facing dog. And you want to change side, rooting down from your right hand, bring your left hand on the back of your sacrum, palm of your hand facing up, long neck. Breathe, and maybe you can start playing. You're rooting down from your left heel, and you want to play lifting your right, maybe only a centimeter, maybe you can lift it higher. Breathe. Breathe, it's a wobbly business. Breathe, one more inhaling. Exhaling, planting your foot back, planting your hand back onto the floor, releasing in your child pose, bending your knees, your toes, softening, palms of your hands facing the ceiling, releasing your forehead. Plant your hands back onto the floor, lifting your palms of your hands, pressing your fingertips into the floor, and you're coming higher from your seat. So in your tabletop, gazing between your arms, curling your toes, and lift your seat in your downward facing dog, enjoying having longer arms, so your heels may be coming better towards the floor. Breath. Please always bending your knees when you need. Breath. Inhaling, bending your knees, gaze between your arms, planting your hands onto the floor, gazing between your arms, exhaling, downward facing dog. Can you feel the length in your arms, lifting your seat? Raise, walking your hands towards your toes, hugging your elbows, soft in your knees, lengthening your spine. Lifting your toes, bringing a tiny bit more weight towards your heels and pressing your balls of your feet into the floor. Exhaling, releasing your knees, your toes. Breathe, bending your knees gently and play, lifting your heels, that you're balancing. It's a wobbly business, that you're balancing on your toes and your balls of your feet, releasing your heels, releasing your arms, tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down, arms on your side. Tadasana. Breath. Arms sliding over your head, interlacing your fingers, point with your index finger, pressing your fingers into each other and lifting your heels. Balls of your feet pressing into the floor while you're turning towards your right side, finding your inner alignment. Breath. Stay, or you're opening your arms towards the side, belly button reaching towards your right. Breath. Inhaling, finding back in your neutral, lifting yourself a tiny bit higher, interlacing your fingers, releasing your shoulders. Exhaling, turning towards your left side. Stay balancing, opening your arms if this is available, or you stay with your hands interlaced, fingers interlaced. Inhaling back into your neutral, releasing your heels, praying your prayer in front of your chest, gently bending your knees, lifting your toes, spreading your toes wide, bringing some weight on your heels. Exhaling, releasing your toes, arms on your side. Bring your hands on your hips, opening your feet, mat width apart or even further away, pointing with your toes into your center, bending gently your knees, and find a really nice long spine. We want to take a couple of breaths, a bit more dynamic, taking Ganesha breath, helping us to get a bit more breathful, a bit more fierceful, using Kali Mudra. So you're lifting your arms, what we've done always before, releasing. Maybe you want to see it one more time when you've never done it before. So you want to imagine there is a wood piece in front of you, and you want to cut through with the sword from Kali, with the fiercefulness from Goddess Kali, and finding while you're folding forward, a big exhaling. You want to folding forward from your hips, and you always stay bent in your knees. You please do not fold forward with your legs strong. So you take a big inhaling, and you're opening your mouth with all your strength. You're exhaling and chopping this wood. Inhaling, continue. And maybe you want to imagine all these obstacles in your way. You're cutting through. Inhaling. 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 Keep on moving. Inhaling, cutting through all these obstacles in your way with all your strength. 2 more times. Inhaling, staying here, opening your arms like a star. Close your eyes, feeling your energy moving. Exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Your feet under your hips, releasing your arms. Sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Gather the energy in your chest, softening in your knees and rolling down your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, walking your hands further away in your downward facing dog. Let your your neck be very nice, long breath. Step your feet together, lift your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling. Step your right foot between your hands, long runners lunge, gazing forward. Maybe you want to use a block under your hands, or when you are at home, a book or a pot. Lengthening, inhaling, exhaling. Both of your legs want to lengthening, squaring your hips. Inhaling, your back heel pushing back while your front knee is bending, your chest opening. Exhaling. Inhaling, keep on moving. Inhaling, bending your knee. Exhaling, stop. Inhaling, bending your knee, gazing forward, pushing your heel. Exhaling, inhaling, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, one more time. Inhaling, bending. And the last time, you want to stay releasing your neck. Breathe, long neck. Maybe your fingers can walk towards the back. Towards the back foot, bring the back side of your hands towards the floor. Inhaling, bending your front knee, gazing forward, release your left knee, your left toes, lengthening your front leg while you're pressing your foot into the floor. Press, pushing your heel back. Pushing your hip back. Sorry, today I'm a bit. Inhaling, bending your front knee, gazing forward, curl your back toes and flow in your high plank. Breathe, pushing with your heels, hard between your hands, releasing in your knees, chin, chest, or Chaturanga Dandasana, or you stay. Feel what is the right answer for you today, taking a vinyasa, or you stay in your plank pose, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog, spreading your fingers wide, lift your left leg in. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, bending your knee, connect your back heel with your sternum. When you do this, automatically your arms rolling back, opening your chest. Exhaling, long legs, squaring hips. Inhaling, keep on moving. Chest. Exhaling, enjoying this movement. Inhaling, bending forward, and make a push with your heel. This is it. Exhaling, pushing your heel. Plant your heel on towards the floor. Yes. Inhaling, bending your knee. Yes, work. This is it. And now you're reaching back from your heel. Breath. Lifting your seat. Breath. Okay? In. Ja, ja. Dann hast du viel mehr Längen. One more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. And you stay with your legs nice and long, squaring this hip. So your left hip pushing back, your right hip reaching forward, softening. Maybe you can walk with your hand towards the back toes, bring the back side of your hands towards the floor, releasing even more your neck, your shoulders. Inhaling, planting your hands back onto the floor, bending your front knee, release your back knee, your back toes, and pressing your foot into the floor when your hip is reaching back. Inhaling. Coming back, bending your knees, curl your back toes, stepping back in your high plank. Please stay high plank when this is good enough today. Knees, chin, chest, take a Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog. Exhaling, meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, walking your feet between your hands, coming halfway, lengthening your legs or your spine, gaze between your arms, folding forward in your Uttanasana, gaze towards your belly button. Inhaling, gazing forward from your chest, soft in your knees, strong in your thighs, long spine, come in your standing. Bring your prayer in front of your chest. Do you remember your intention for today's practice? Maybe you didn't have one very clear, maybe it became a bit clearer. Release your arms, sweep your arms over your head, folding forward in your Uttanasana. Step your right foot back, balancing on your toes, gazing forward, inhaling, high lunge, exhaling, twisted high lunge, right arm reaches forward, left arm reaching back, finding a bind with your back hand. If this is available, lifting your front arm and bending your front knee even a tiny bit more. Inhaling, opening your arms. Exhaling, coming back into your neutral, interlacing your fingers, bending your front knee a tiny bit more, stretching out your back leg. Releasing your shoulders. Exhaling, planting your hands, stepping back in your high plank. Knees, chin, chest, Chaturanga Dandasana. How you feel today? Inhaling, exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Exhaling, step your right foot outside of your right hand, opening 45 degrees. Left hand reaches towards the floor, right arm reaching up. Breathe. Breath. Reach with your right arm into your back. Let your foot sliding towards the side, opening up. Inhaling, coming back. Exhaling, plant your hand back onto the floor, gazing forward, bending your knee even a tiny bit more, lowering down from your chest. Breathe. Stepping back, high plank. Release your knees, release your toes. Sorry, your chin, chest, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, Cobra. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Breath. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway, folding forward, Uttanasana. One breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Tadasana, breath. Inhaling, sweep your arms over your head. Exhale, folding forward. Can you lengthen your spine even more? Step your left foot back. Bend your front knee, high lunge. So from here, you're reaching from your heel, bending your knee, calming high lunge, shoulders. Twisting, exhaling. Bring your belly reaching towards the side, bending your front. Beautiful. Breathe. Maybe you want to find the bind, reaching around, grabbing your shirt, grabbing your thigh, lifting your front arm, bending your front. Yes, beautiful. Breathe. Inhaling, opening your arms, and you're coming back. Inhaling, arms, exhaling, planting your hands, stepping back, high plank. Knees, chin, chest, Chaturanga, elbows glued to your body, chest reaching forward. Inhaling, exhale, begin shoulders, exhaling. And you come up here, rolling back your shoulders, lifting your seat downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, your left leg. Inhaling. Exhale, left foot outside, left hand open 45 degrees, your foot right hand pressing down, lifting your left arm. Breathe. Please, when this is too difficult, you always can bring your hand on your knee. And from here, lengthening your spine. Breathe, a spine long. You reach with your fingers towards your back heel. Come on the side of your foot. Breathe. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back, plant your hand back onto the floor, stepping back in your high plank. Exhaling, knees, chin, chest, Chaturanga Dandasana. Soft in your elbows, glue your elbows. Inhaling, exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breath. Rolling back these shoulders. Soft in your knees when you need. Heavy in your heels. Even your knees are bent. Imagine your heels pulling down. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward in your exhaling. One breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Trikonasana, inhaling, sweep your arms over your head, folding forward from your hips, long spine, step your right foot back, open 45 degrees, left hand inside of your legs, right hand on your right hip, pressing both feet into the floor, inner arches, lifting up, outer edges, pressing, big toe pressing, second toe pressing, opening your chest. Breathe first a nice long spine, and then you open your arm towards the ceiling. Find gazing in line with your fingers. Have a tiny, tiny bit of a back bend. Yeah. Breathe. Rooting down from your feet, and you want to reaching with your right arm over your head. Maybe your left arm is reaching forward as well. Breathe. Breath. Inhaling, coming, you're standing, turning your toes, facing internal. Maybe you want to opening your feet even a tiny bit more, opening your arms towards the side, interlacing your fingers in your back, lifting your chest with your inhaling, folding forward. Exhale. Breathe. Long legs, strong legs. Pressing the outer edges of your feet into the floor, lifting the inner arches. Maybe you feel this movement in your mula bandha, in your hips, that you fold forward even a tiny bit more. Releasing your arms, hands under your shoulders. Please use a block or books. Left hand in front of your face, right arm on your hip. Open your chest and then you open your right arm towards the ceiling. Long neck, Anna, lengthening your neck. Yes, wonderful. Exhaling, releasing your hand onto the floor, changing side. Left hand on your hip, arm over your head, making sure you do not pull on your shoulder. Breathe. Stay with your hand on your hip. Breathe. Yeah, beautiful. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling, releasing your hands back onto the floor, pushing with your seat, walking your hands forward in an open-legged down dog. Breathe. Breathe. Inhaling, walk your hands back under your shoulders, and then you're walking your hands towards your front foot, towards your right, bending your knee, gazing forward. Step back in your high plank. Take a vinyasa of your choice, knees, chin, chest. Chaturanga, elbows, gaze, breathe. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe. Sorry, maybe I mixed left and right as I used to do. So please come into your original pose that you can see what you need to see. Bending your knees towards your chest, gazing forward, stepping, hopping, walking forward. Inhaling, coming halfway. When you do this, you're pressing your toes, your feet, your heels, lifting your inner arches. And then from here, you're lengthening your legs, lengthening your spine, staying soft in your knees, rolling back your shoulders. Some people have a bit more flexibility. You can leave your hands or you bring your hands. You want lengthening your spine, lengthening your legs, creating space in your inner groins. And then from here, like a duck, you're lifting from your heart, arms floating, exhaling, bring your prayer. Close your eyes for a moment. Release your arms, left side, in. Exhaling, folding forward. Do you have a long spine or do you collapse forward? Energy in your feet, in your chest. Step your left foot back 45 degrees. Left hand on your left hip. From here, you want to help to open your hip, long spine. It doesn't matter. Maybe you need to come higher with your hand to do not compensate, folding, and then you're lifting your arm. Breathe, stacking your shoulders, long spine. Top of your head. Bring some more energy in the back of your foot. Outer edges of your foot. Breathe, inner arches, lifting up. And then from here, you're reaching with your arm over your head, finding the strength in your belly, and you're lifting both of your arms. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, lifting up, both feet turning internal. Maybe you want to open your feet a tiny bit more. Arms on your hips, rolling back your shoulders. Gazing towards the ceiling, find a sweet little back bending. Exhaling, you're hinging forward, elbows pointing towards the ceiling while your seat, while your top of your head towards the floor. Do you feel the outer edges of your feet, the inner arches? Gently, energetically, you want to lifting them up, feeling it in the inside of your thighs, in your Mula Bandha, and in your inner right breath. Releasing your arms, planting your hands under your shoulders. Inhaling, come onto your fingertips, lengthening, pushing your seat. Breathe. So for some people, this will be your maximum and you're working here. For some people, you can bring your hands between your feet and pressing your hands into the floor. Your top of your head reaches towards the floor. Maybe you can reach with your hands behind, plant the backside of your hands onto the floor. Inhaling, releasing, planting your hands back under your shoulders, lengthening your spine, walking your hands towards your front foot, long runner's lunge, gazing forward with your inhaling. Exhale, step back in your high plank, take a vinyasa of your choice, knees, chin, chest, chaturanga dandasana. Exhaling, elbows. Breathe. Pauline. Breathe. Bend your knees and then listen. Bend your knees towards your chest, stepping, hopping, walking forward. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward, lifting your right heel, left hand from the inside. People know already. Bending your front knee, your left knee a tiny bit, right hand on your right hip, gazing forward. One breath, come in, you're standing. Everyone in the group knows the practice, so you always can grabbing your knee when you need. You stay here or you're reaching forward from your leg and your arm. Reaching back. Breathe. Please take your knee when you need. Breathe. Find alignment. Find your breath. Stay here. Breathe. Do not go further. Breathe. Very good. And then gently, Samira, you can try. Stay with your hand supporting you. You gently can try turning towards the side, only with your torso. Breathe. Breathe. It's the other hand, Marcella. You want to twist it? Okay. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back with your hand, lifting your knee towards your chest. Reaching back, reaching from your foot. So from here, you bring your hands in front of your chest, bending your front knee. You step your right foot back in your high lunge, lifting your arms, interlacing your fingers, bending your front knee, releasing your hands, bending your both of your knees. Right knee hovers 2-3 centimeters over. Release your knee, releasing your toes. Plant your hands onto the floor, your heels scooping 2 centimeters towards the center, that you can sit on your heel with your seat. People know Shanu Shirshasana when this is really difficult, when you can't sit with your knee bent like this. Inhaling, arms lengthening, folding forward. Breathe, reaching forward from your heart. Please stay on your fingertips. Breathe. Regina, maybe you want to bring your fingers onto the floor, lifting your chest. This is it. Lift. This is it. And then from here, you're letting yourself rolling forward. From wonderful. This looks very good. Breathe. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhale, come back in your sitting. Hands under your shoulders, reaching forward from your left foot, lifting your seat. Inhaling. Exhaling, sitting back on your heel, reaching forward from your heart. Plant your left foot onto the floor, curl your back toes, step back in your high plank. Stay, down dog, child pose. Or you take one more vinyasa. Exhaling, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Breathe, bend your knees, gaze between your hands, stepping, hopping, walking forward. Listen, inhaling halfway, folding forward, left heel lifting, right hand inside, left hand on your hip, and we want to treat the left side. Lift yourself up, breathe. From here, maybe you stay grabbing your knee, or you're lengthening your leg. Lift your chest. Release your arm and find your index finger and thumb helping you to concentrate. Breath. 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 Wonderful. Breathe with your possibility. Inhaling, coming back, lifting your knee. Plant your hands in Anjali Mudra, bend your front knee, stepping back. Find your high lunge. So you're bending your front knee, releasing your arms, lifting your arms, interlacing your fingers, point with your index finger, releasing your shoulders, bending your front knee. Breath, bending even a tiny bit more, and then you're bending your back knee, letting it slide 2-3 centimeters over the floor. Exhaling, release your knee, release your toes, scoop your heels 2 centimeters towards the center that you can sit on your first chakra. Please remember, you always can come Shanushirshasana when this is too difficult. You can use a block to sit on top to help to release. Inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. When this is a bit far away from your front foot, you bring your hands on your side, and then from here, you can crawling yourself forward. Very gentle. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, gazing forward, and exhale, coming back in your sitting, sliding with your hands under your shoulders, fingers pointing towards your feet, reaching forward from your right foot, lifting your seat. Exhaling, coming back down, reaching forward from your heart, planting your foot, hands stepping back, high plank. Your last high plank, your last Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breath. Stay in your down dog, spreading your fingers, rolling back your shoulders. Breath. Let your heels growing heavy, even you have your knees bent, your heels can grow heavy, that your seat is pointing towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands. You want to come in your sitting, so you can gazing forward. Some people can jumping through, coming immediately in your sitting, or I need to jumping between my hands, crossing ankles, planting hands behind, lifting seat, and then you're coming back, pushing with your flat hands, your flesh towards the side, long legs. Paschimottanasana, to balance your energy, inhaling, bending your knees when you need, folding forward, releasing forward. Spin set, Paschimottanasana, helping us to balance our nervous system. These two strains we have, parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. Do you still stay home, feeling yourself maybe sweating? Maybe your heart is pumping. Maybe you can feel the fresh air in yourself. Inhaling, reaching forward from your chest. Exhaling, come in your sitting. We are a tiny bit late, so people, I'm sorry, when you have a timer and you need to go, please come in your Shavasana. I still would like to take a shoulder stand for today. Yeah, so we will be 5 minutes late or so. People in cyberspace, when you can join us, please stay. And you're walking forward on the first 3/4 of your mat. Folding in your knees. When you don't want to take shoulder stand, always you can use a block. Plant this block under your hips. Bony part. When you need, you can bend in your knees, and then you bring your knees on top of your hips, that you really have your hips higher than your heart. This is already shoulder stand. Or you're folding in your knees, walking your shoulders backwards. Hands, lift your seat, your knees on your forehead, walking your shoulders even a tiny bit further away. Hands on your kidneys, lifting your legs. Gaze in line with your toes. Breathe and imagine there is somebody pulling your toes towards the ceiling. Breath. And bring your pubic bone towards your nose. And maybe you want to start playing that you can. Okay. That you can opening your legs, scissoring them towards the side. Let yourself play a tiny bit with your breath. Do you stop breathing because you'll be the other way around? Do you leave your home getting stressed? Breath. When you feel ready, halasana, your legs over your head, supporting with your hands. When your neck is tender, please support your back with your hands. When you have freedom in your neck, you can interlace your fingers and lengthening your arms. Bring your chin towards the sternum. Please choose you stay or you want to come back into your shoulder stand, planting your hands on your kidneys, scissoring your legs apart. One leg comes in front, one leg reaches over your head. The leg who comes in front, bending your knee, and you want to come into a back bending. So you stay with your hands under your hips, planting both feet onto the floor, lifting your hips. Step your feet together. Bend your right knee, lifting your right leg. Breathe. People in Halasana, you slowly can come down onto the floor. People with back bending, you're lifting your left knee, bending your knee towards your chest and lifting your left leg. Breath. Exhaling, releasing your foot, lifting your hips, calming on the tips of your toes, and then slowly rolling back down onto your spine, vertebra for vertebra, resting your hips onto the floor, opening your feet, mat width apart, resting your knees in your center, planting your hands on your lower belly and one hand on your lower chest where your rib cage, your solar plexus is, to help with your hand, with your breath, to release tension you might create it in your lower back. Resting your hands next to your body, bring your feet back, hip width apart, next to your seat, lifting your hips while you're pressing your feet into the floor, only 2-3 centimeters. So your hips growing really heavy, and find a shaking. So your sacrum starts pumping onto the floor. If you like, you bring your hands back on your lower belly, and from your lower belly, deep down, you're finding a sound like a deep With your next inhaling, lifting your hips only 2-3 centimeters higher, that you can release tension. Bring your arms on your side. Exhaling, find this weight from your hips, from your sacrum, resting onto the floor. And in your time, Shavasana, legs growing long out of your hips, toes floating towards the side. Maybe you need to take some adjustments to put on your socks, or a jumper if you need, or you need to rolling to one side, the other side. Please find some adjustments until you decide Shavasana. Absence of outer movement. Bring your awareness internal. All these ripe fruits, bring it into your little basket. Let yourself resting, integrating, nicely nourished, deeply stretched, eyes closed. Softening in your muscles,
heaviness in your bowels, sweetness in your heart. Are you still holding in one area? Shaped by a Soul Within by Erin, Hanson. If there is one thing that I may tell you, let it be, you are your home. Your body is the only house that you will ever truly own. Maybe it's got some broken windows and there are tear stains on the floor. Maybe you lock the things you wish you weren't behind its many doors. But there is wisdom on its bookshelves and a love to light the rooms. There is a vase upon the table where the love you've grown all blooms. Dreams sit on the mantelpiece next to kindness and your trust. Where you use them all so often, they have no time to collect dust. So please don't look at mansions with that envy in your eyes. There is more that makes a home than its appearance or its size. Your body is your shelter, so you deserve to love it all. Don't let the world stand around outside and tell you how to paint your walls. How lucky that you have somewhere to protect you from the night. And if there's cracks left from the past, well, then they just let in more light. And gently and slowly reconnecting to your breath. Let this breath grow fuller, grow stronger. Moves into your fingers, into your toes. And let spontaneous movement happening, like playing with your fingers, your toes. Maybe there is a stretch, a longing of a stretch. Maybe there is a longing of a touch. Whatever there is. If you feel ready, you can fold in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. With your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Plant your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest with your eyes closed. Let's finish and seal this practice and release this intention with a deep sounding Om. Find a gentle noise inhaling. Om. Thank you for sharing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.